What's up, everybody? Today on the Run Back, we're looking back on Thursday's State of Play from Sony, where they went into detail about Horizon Forbidden West. You know, I've got to go against the grain. I've got a hot take, and you might be surprised. Okay, before we begin, first things first, you might have noticed on my channel that you're seeing a lot more YouTube shorts. Those 1 minute long vertical short videos that you're seeing that I post about news stories in the world of gaming and tech. Well, the reason I started doing that is because, well, first, I'm a one-man team. I'm a one-man operation. And doing those shorts allows me to keep up with the news as fast as I'm able. And most of the time, you guys just want to see the news very bite-sized, very quickly. So I'm able to deliver that to you now. Anyway, that's it for housekeeping. Back to the Run Back. Last week, Sony surprised everyone with Horizon Forbidden West State of Play. It was a 20-minute video, 14 minutes of really in-depth gameplay. They showed off lots of new things in the game. There was an actual upgraded melee combat system to go with the ranged bow and arrow mechanic that was, pretty much the core of Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, total disclosure, I did not play all of Horizon Zero Dawn. I was a Breath of the Wild guy, and at that time, they both came out relatively close together, so you kind of had to fall into one camp, and I chose Breath of the Wild. I don't regret it, but at least now, when I do eventually get a PS5, or maybe even on my PS4, I'll go back to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm definitely looking forward to, well, I was going to say looking forward to playing Horizon Forbidden West, but more on that next.
Help's on the way, Erend.
Can we just start off by admitting how incredible that soundtrack was? I mean, the score during that gameplay reveal was a certified banger. They leaned all the way into that tribalistic fusion vibe, so I'm feeling that. So if nothing else, I'm buying that score. Right off the bat, even beyond the graphical touches they've made with Aloy, making her look more realistic and softening up some of her features, not to mention she looks a bit older now, she also looks a lot more confident now. Along with her visual upgrades, they've tricked out her gameplay mechanics too. And yeah, if you played Breath of the Wild, they look familiar. Aloy climbs over all kinds of terrain now. She climbs trees and mountains, and she employs lots of new tricks, like modifying her arrows for more impact during close range combat, which got lots of new attention in the gameplay reveal. And the new traversal system, allowing you to ride some of those machine animals, it looks really cool. Forbidden West has that distinct Sony cinematic look that put the PS4 at the top of the console race in the last generation. No doubt. My only problem, and if I'm being honest, is that the experience looks just like every other tightly focused, high-quality Sony AAA game out there. I don't expect any gameplay surprises. There won't be any real sandboxes to explore. My guess is that the game is going to feel like more objective-based missions spaced out between mini battles similar to what you find in Far Cry or pretty much most of the modern open-world games today. Expecting a Rockstar level of world detail in this level of game is a really big ask. But I would love to see that in this generation of games, and frankly, I wonder if this isn't what we should be expecting with this level of hardware horsepower. Maybe graphic fidelity isn't what we should be aiming for, but interactive density, if that makes sense. Maybe we should want more out of what happens within the world instead of adding polish and spit shine to the worlds that we already have. Sony is very invested in very tight, very expensive single-player console experiences. They're banking everything on that. And because those experiences are incredibly expensive, Sony can't really afford to leave any gameplay mechanics or any kind of newness or oddities to chance. They have to be bangers out of the box. And that's a little worrisome. These new games are tightly packaged goods that shuffle players from set piece to set piece without much interest in experimentation or invention. And that can't be good, right? There's this feeling that I can't shake, this feeling of formula that I get whenever I look at a lot of these new games. Sony can't release games at this budget without doing everything that they can to guarantee success. It's a sanitized and safe perspective that isn't bad, but it definitely leaves the door open for Microsoft to go all out on games that push all kinds of genres and systems. I mean, if I'm being honest, at least from my initial gut reaction from Horizon Forbidden West, the competition's games might not look as good. They might not be as perfectly polished, but in many ways, they might be a bit more exciting. Okay, I'm making huge assumptions. I don't know what Sony's future games are going to be like, but just looking at the math and looking at what Sony produces, it ain't hard to tell. As exciting as Horizon was to watch, I can't say that I'd rush out to buy a PS5 right now, even if the consoles were available. And that's the opposite I felt with Returnal, which I was blown away by. Every time I see it, all the particle effects, the ingenuity of the graphics, the art style, everything about it just made me go, wow, this is the new generation. I'm excited, and I really want to get my hands on that. Forbidden West is a visually arresting game. Got it, check. But is that it? Is this really all there is to look forward to from Sony first party? And in fact, is this what gaming in general is going to look like? Just a prettier, shiny version of what we got last gen, which was just a prettier, shinier version of what we got from the gen prior to that. Can we expect or even possibly hope for richer environments or deeper AI? Kind of like the direction Rockstar was going toward, and pretty much seems to be the only company thinking about that. I mean, is that even a realistic conversation at these insane budgets? I don't know. I mean, when you're making games like that, we're talking about what, one major studio release that has to ride out through a generation because they cost that much to make. So all they can do is iterate and iterate until the game reaches a point where it just needs new hardware to see the next version of that game. Anyway, that's my gut reaction. That's my hot take. I'm sure a lot of people, in fact, I know a lot of people absolutely adored, were floored by Forbidden West. And with good reason, the game is gorgeous. I'm tepid. More mind-blowing, more shocking to me that there was still no date announced. I guess it'll be ready when it's ready. Yay, PS5 fans. But what do you think? Maybe I'm overreacting. Are you excited about Horizon Forbidden West? Are you really pumped about what Sony first party has to offer? Tell me all about it in the comments. Tell me why, Shola, you're insane, you're wrong. Sony first party is going to be amazing. They make the best of the best games, and the PS5 is going to change the world. Or, Shola, you might be on to something. Maybe these games are really just repeats of last generation with a prettier sheen. I kind of want something more too. And in that case, you're going to want PSVR too, which you can check out my video about that below. But if you like what I'm putting out, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know whenever I'm putting out a new video, which is weekly, many times a week, with the shorts or the new runbacks or features. And subscribe to the channel so you'll be up to date with whatever I put out. Join the Discord group, which I will be starting soon. Leave a comment because I hit every comment up, every comment I try to talk to. I love the conversation. So if you have any questions, ask Show. That's me. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Peace. Double peace. Peace.